Hey everybody, it's Id1356 once again coming at you relatively live with a new Runescape video. Right now I'm doing a Slayer task on Aqua Knights, pretty obvious since I'm wearing the Slayer helm for the Slayer bonus. I just logged in, so things may be a little bit laggy as I get a much more firm connection with the server. This is actually my first time I've had a task with Aqua Knights since I got 78 Slayer and enough points to unlock them. And they're actually pretty fun to kill, to be honest. They, if you use a stab weapon, they get hit fairly often. That's the one thing that's kind of annoying about them. That's why I have a bunyip with me, because the best thing to do is protect magic against them, because that is their primary and actually I believe it's their only form of attack. And they can turn off your prayer when they feel like it, using pretty much the same attack, so the animation doesn't change. You just get a warning down here, and because you're not wearing anti-magic armor, you can get hit excuse me, for quite a bit of damage very quickly, so you've got to pay attention to that. Keep an eye on prayer. There were more prayer potions when I started the task, but I actually haven't left since I started it. Should probably boost attack and strength up. There it goes off again. That's why I have the bunyip to heal me, and so I can use swallow whole scrolls in case I get hungry, which I haven't had to use, but that's also why I picked up a raw swordfish, because they don't drop raw fish all the time. There's a soul rune, green charm, I don't have any. Every time I do a Slayer task, I seem to miscalculate how much of an item I'm gonna need in order to kill these things. So I often bring too many prayer potions or too many super strengths or attacks. So that's why my inventory is just absolutely packed. It's kind of annoying in case I get charm drops, because I'd rather pick up things that will make me money, but I do also know that charms are extremely helpful for a trading Slayer. So, since it's a progress video, I might as well show you what's been going on. 27 mil XP, or 27.2. Not tremendous growth since my last video. I haven't been on RuneScape that much over the past week. I've been dealing with a bunch of IRL things. I've also been playing some different games, so took a little bit of a break, and it was nice, so it's nice to come back and see what's changed. Not that a whole lot has changed, I'm just doing some Slayer. I'm almost 90 attack, which I'm really excited for, because it'll be my first combat stat in the 90s. It is actually, of the 3 melee skills, although they are all trained essentially the same way, it is my favorite one to train for some reason. It seems to be the ticker that goes up the fastest for me. I also really enjoy the cape, but I'm training Slayer, going for my goal of 85. Almost 81, which means I'm close to being able to slay spiritual mages, which means I might end up camping there for a little bit and trying to make some money off of D-boots. Even though they're not as worth as much as they used to be, they're still worth something. So how many more of these do I have left? Let's see, 51. Probably won't get this done in the progress video, but I'll finish it afterwards probably. So yeah, here I am. Other skills that I've leveled up, I leveled up Dungeoneering just a little bit. I wish I'd leveled it up more, but I haven't played this much this week, so I didn't do too many dungeons, and my friends have all gone on holiday, so I decided just to do a couple of solos on my own, and I did one large dungeon with them. But fun stuff, fun to do. What else is different? I don't think a whole lot has changed as far as my stats. That's better than the swordfish, but I can pick it up. Oh, I also leveled up summoning, because I wanted to unlock the Arctic Bear pouch, because I was going to do a bit of Hunter, but upon arriving at Hunter spots for the Red Salamanders, or even Carnivorous Chimchampas, loaded with bots, and really quite irritating, so I just kind of rage quit off that and decided to do Slayer. And I'm eventually going for 74, so I can do a bit of fishing with a granite lobster to increase my EXP per hour, and get some foraged items to increase the cash per hour. Well, that was convenient. I believe he turned it off pretty much at the same time that I killed him, so no risk damage there. Constitution, I think that was leveled up in my last video, but I'm not exactly sure. No progress on cooking, because I really do want to just catch these fish and then cook them, which would take a lot longer, and I didn't feel like doing any fishing this week. So, yeah, as far as progress goes, I think that's about it since my last video, but even though it's a progress video, that doesn't mean I'm just going to talk about my progress. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today in this video was the clan updates that have been happening over the past couple of months, and where I think they're coming from and where I think they're going. They seem interesting. I'm not a member of any clan. I've never really had much of a desire to be part of any clan. I've always just sort of played RuneScape on my own and made friends when and if I could. So that's my little bit about clans, but it's kind of cool. You know, the capes were a couple of months ago, and it gives lower level players who don't have 99s an opportunity to wear a cape that looks like a 99, which slightly depreciates the value of the 99 capes in my opinion, but they don't have an emote, the clan capes, and they do help identify people, so I'm sure they have a nice sort of cosmetic effect, make people feel like they belong with someone, which they do, you know, in their own right. And that's obviously been expanding into these clan citadels, you know, the giant rocks that everyone sees around that still just confuse me. I don't see much need, you know. There aren't any giant rocks for portal-owned houses. I don't see why we just can't have smaller portal sort of images. But JaGeX's design team, it's their decision, you know. It doesn't, with the exception of the rocks severely getting in my way, because I don't know where all of them are, and sometimes I get sort of trapped and have to spend like 30 extra seconds plotting out my route to do something more efficiently. They don't directly involve me or affect me, so I just kind of go with it. I'm excited. It looks like it's going to be an interesting update. Does that mean that I'll be joining a clan? Probably not. I enjoy just kind of being able to be a freelancer on RuneScape, if that makes any sense. So we'll be seeing, reading and talking about that probably once the update comes out, probably next week or in the immediate future, since I believe they said it was going to come up before the end of the month, and it's already close to the end of July, which means things will be changing. Still be making videos, though. I still really enjoy doing that. Anyway, moving on. I apologize for the low progress. After all, it's a progress video, but like I said earlier in the video, I mean, it's my progress, my journey, and I just didn't have that much time this week to get on RuneScape, and I'm not too upset about that because I was doing other things that were more interesting to me at the time. Ooh, an air battle staff. I can get rid of that and pick this up. I think that's almost 8K in the bank, and hey, every little bit counts. So, moving onward. What else am I going to talk about? Oh, a couple of days ago, I went and camped at the Tazar creatures for a while, and to train attack. It's terrible XP per hour. I was using a Guthons and Whip setup, although it made banking really easily since I could just heal with the Guthons. However, I got really lucky, or what I perceive to be really lucky, with 2 Obby Cape drops, 4 Obby Maul drops, and 2 Obby Shield drops. Now, they're not worth that much. I mean, in total, that goes up to about 170k, but hey, it's 170k that I didn't have before, and I can use it to repair the barrows, and, you know, good to have. I was mostly killing Tazar cats, and I also got 200k Tokul, which means I'm getting very slowly closer to my eventual goal of being able to buy an uncut Onyx just for the fun of it. But that's how I did that, and then I actually switched over to pest control and got 250k attack EXP off of just doing the veteran boats on a couple of different worlds, playing with clans, probably against their rules, but it's not like they can kick me from pest control that easily. They can hop around, but it's really easy to find them, actually. If you go to the main pest control hub world, and people say trade trade like 120 pluses, trade 120 plus, and I'll give you like they give you a certain amount of coins, and then you figure out where you're gonna go. Well, I did level up my combat level, by the way. I am combat level 117, but I'm not 120, so I can't normally do that, especially when you include summoning. But if you watch who they trade and then you add them and see what world they go to, you hop to that world, and there you go. Now you know. I wonder if I could get flamed for that, but whatever. Another thing I kind of wanted to talk about. I talked about this in my Castle Wars video. Actually, I didn't really talk about it. I just stuttered about it. I talked about scammers and them being the most annoying people to me on the game, and it's completely true. I think scammers are worse than botters because it's a person actively choosing to take from another person. So it's a version of the thieving skill that doesn't actually give you experience. It's basically real life thieving with non-real life objects, which I think, you know, it's something that's really irritating to me. You know, you work hard for something, you earn it, and then someone else just takes it away from you because they didn't want to go out and earn it themselves. I mean, I guess they can feel good that they were able to take something from someone else, but I don't see any reason to do that. It isn't that hard to make money in this game, to be honest. It just takes a lot of time, considering the type of game it is. So go out there, get your 99s. Just don't take from like lower level players. And I think the thing that really annoys me is when I see people who just joined the game and they ask people for help and people charge them for help, like 10k to complete Wolf's Whistle or something, even though Wolf's Whistle is really easy. If you don't get it, you don't get it, and that just really irritates me. But you know, that's kind of just how it goes. And I mean, I consider that scamming, but maybe it's not according to the rules. I haven't really read through the rule book, but it's not cool. And if you watch the videos and you do that, I'm not going to tell you to stop because I have no control over you, but just think about, you know, when you started playing RS and what it was like. So maybe you feel a little bit of remorse when you're basically stealing someone else's hard work or newfound work or whatever. Having been hacked a couple of times and scammed multiple times in my RS journey, I know what it's like, and it really does. It's really unfortunate, and that's the best way to put it. But anyway, moving on to a more cheery subject, I got a lot of positive feedback about the Castle Wars videos, so I will actually be releasing and recording another one of those tomorrow. I haven't played any Castle Wars since, so don't be like, hey, you said you enjoyed Castle Wars and you haven't done anything in it. I just haven't had the time. They're 20-minute games. But I will be releasing that with random commentary. It's just a lot of fun for me. I've actually found that the Barrows gear is like the best gear in the game that works for me. I don't know why I find that per se, but I think it actually has the highest defense bonuses without getting into the degradable PvP armor and obviously Torva. While Bandos armor does in fact provide a strength bonus, I believe the defense bonuses are slightly lower than the Bandos, and for me, I'd rather just be able to tank a bunch of hits than have a chance of hitting higher, since I usually hit zeros on whatever I'm doing. So I've noticed that as I've been using Torags and Guthons and Ferox on Slayer task, I've actually lowered my cost because I'm consuming less food. Even though I could go out and fish it, I don't always feel like catching 10k monks all the time. So, that's that. But, you know, it's ultimately up to whoever plays the game and what you think about it. But I'm probably eventually going to get every Barrow set just because I really enjoy the Barrows. And I actually, hopefully over the next week, will be going back to the Barrows activity. So, if any of you watch the videos and you want to go do a couple of runs with me, feel free to message me, and it would be awesome to do it with whoever watches my videos. And I really do appreciate the people who watch the videos, because I do put work into it, but I do it for fun. So, you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world if nobody watches it, but if not as many people as last week watched them. But I would just ask that if you enjoy the videos and if you know anyone who you think might enjoy them, just recommend me. You don't have to go die hard about it. In fact, you don't even have to do that. That's just a little favor. But if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a comment. If you didn't like it, leave a comment or thumb up or down. Subscribe if you feel motivated enough to. I just really... It's a great feeling to see someone actually appreciate what you're doing. But I do it for fun, and I'm not going to stop because people aren't watching them if people don't. I'm going to keep doing it. Feel free to message me in-game if you just want to chat. I've had a couple of people do that, and that's just awesome. If you want to join my friends chat, I'm usually in there. I'm not in there right now because I haven't logged in for a couple of days. Yeah, thanks for watching the video and sticking with me. There'll be a new video out, 2 videos out tomorrow because it'll be Castle Wars. I'll put it out in 2 parts. And hopefully another type of video out sometime in the week. It depends on how much I play RS. Alright guys, have fun. This is Id1356 signing off, and enjoy life.